Hosted by yours truly, Juanita Coley.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Demos on Demand. I am your show host, the Contact Center Whisperer, the CEO and founder of Solid Rock Consulting. And you already know we are attempting to demo an enterprise product in 30 minutes or less. Whew, I am super excited. This week, we have none other than SmartAction gracing us with their presence. Ashley, thank you so much for being our guest. I'm super excited to see all the things that y'all got going on. But before we hop in, tell the people a little bit about yourself and your role over at SmartAction.
Sure. Yeah. Excited to be here, Juanita. Thank you. So I'm Ashley Bard. I'm the head of marketing at SmartAction. So we're really driven to revolutionize customer service through AI-driven solutions. But we really primarily specialize in the voice channels. So we've recently just launched a brand new agent design platform that we're calling Nova. It's a complete game changer for everything that we've ever done before. Essentially, it makes virtual agents quick to deploy and incredibly efficient. And so basically this means we're offering businesses personalized, top-notch service without long wait times in terms of deploying virtual agents and needing updates to them, things like that. And then we also build it all in-house for our customers. So you don't have to have that expertise in-house, which is really nice. We do all the work. We redesign the most repetitive inquiries that they get. And then we basically work to ensure we are making genuine automated conversations for their customers.
I love that. Quick to deploy. That's what stuck out to me. I don't know. But okay, so you know the rules, right? For those that are tuning in for the very first time, you've never seen Demos on Demand. Yeah, I'm just joking. Just joking. These are the rules, okay? You have 30 minutes on the clock. I'm going to ask you a combination of 8 questions, our top questions that have been submitted by the audience. And you're going to answer them as quickly, precisely, and as accurately as possible. The time that you have left on the clock, your lovely co-show guest, Julia, who's waiting so patiently back in the green room, will then come on and have that time remaining to demo the product, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you know the rules. Once I start the clock, I will ask you this very first question, and the clock is starting now. Okay, so Ashley, tell me what the average seat cost is.
So we don't actually have a per seat cost like a normal contact center model. We actually have a per minute rate that we do our pricing off of.
Awesome. I love it. Next question. Can you tell me what the minimum seat count is?
So since, we don't have that structure in our pricing model, we do have a minimum minute commitment though. So that's essentially usually built by, conversations with the business. So, what does their minute volume, since all businesses have different ones. So they would commit to a minimum minute volume, at least within the contract.
Okay, so it's based on the minutes and how many minutes they're using. Okay, great, love it. How do I, as a customer, save money with the SmartAction product?
Yeah, so the per minute rate pricing model is actually the biggest thing. So basically it's a fraction of the cost then of hiring a live agent. So that's a huge one right off the bat. And then the scalability alone, it allows you to build multiple virtual agents for a third of the cost of hiring a live agent, which then also reduces your hiring and training costs. And then it also reduces your cost per call as well as your operating expenses in there.
So then next question, how do I make money with the product?
Yeah, so this is my favorite question. So there are a couple of ways, so forgive me because I'm going to take a minute here. So one of the ways is outbound automated calls. So a great example of this is collections. People don't want to talk to anybody. They want to get that automation. They want to make the payment. There's a level of embarrassment there. We have a client, Brighttree, who used this for a year and they increased their revenue by $1.88 million just by automating some of their outbound collection calls. So that's one. Second one is upselling. And so again, a great example, Choice Hotels, one of our clients, they offered some timeshares through an upsell offer and they saw a lot of success in doing this. And we also did a rapid reorder app for a national pizza chain where they actually added on an additional upsell for a cookie. And I know that sounds little, but actually people accepted that so much that they saw a huge increase in revenue from that.
Wow.
A third thing is retention. So subscription-based model companies, we have clients like Textile and Purity. They actually use it to offer incentives not to cancel. So a 10% off your next order or different things like that. So they see increases in revenue in that as well. And then obviously a big one, offering 24/7 self-service. That's huge. You're giving your customers options to now shop anytime they need to, schedule services, things like that. And so that, when someone's not live, we're still able to provide that. And then the last thing here is really reporting and analytics, because it helps you identify opportunities of cross-sell, and it also helps you see when people are canceling or why, and you can start to build out reasons how to kind of counteract that.
I love that. Now, I heard you mention outbound. So tell me, what channels does the SmartAction product support?
So we are an omni-channel designer, but as I said before, we are a voice-first company. So it's really our area of expertise, and it's also the most difficult to build on your own, and it's also the best channel for ROI for companies. However, we can build them in all the channels, so web, chat, SMS, voice, whatever you need. We are able to build those omni-channel journeys for people, though.
I love that. Okay, so how do you keep employees? How do you help customers keep employees front and center?
Yeah, so I think the best thing for employees with our product is that they can think of this as like a new front line for them, right? So we're going to automate a lot of those repetitive inquiries that come in for contact center agents, the kind of boring authentication and, all of those things. And it's going to allow them to now start focusing their time and energy on, more complex conversations and things that really need that human touch there. When people start to implement virtual agents, we see a reduction in employee turnover and agent turnover specifically. Because it improves the quality of life for them. And I know also a concern for agents is that they worry, are these virtual agents going to replace them? It's definitely not what they're intended to do. They're intended to kind of be a support tool for them so that they can focus on, the conversations that really matter and the conversations that they really needed for, and let these automated bots handle the repetitive inquiries. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So how do I, with the product, keep customers front and center?
So everything that we do, all the employees at SmartAction, we're always thinking about our customers, right? It is the most important thing to us. And we know people don't want to wait on hold. They don't want to talk about the weather. They want to get, on the phone. They have limited time. And they don't want to navigate a complicated menu. And so what we do is we work with the businesses to basically build these really genuine conversations with the automation so that people can call, immediately say what it is that they're trying to accomplish, and they can get their answer, get their resolution, get whatever it is that they need as fast as they can, even if that's an escalation to a live agent, and then get on with their day. And then this is also across, the voice, chat, SMS. So we're trying to build and design everything as quickly as possible.
I love that. So technology is so rapidly advancing, and we have customer experience initiatives, employee experience, AI. We can't stop hearing about that. How does SmartAction take all of those things and keep front and center or prioritize what they're putting in the product stack and when?
Yeah. So we basically started the company as a research and development company in AI. And so that's really stayed true to us today. I will say, as ChatGPT has evolved and different things like that, we are primarily a conversational AI company, but we do explore these other technologies and things like that. How do we build the best tech stack so that customers have reliable service? So we are constantly within our teams, testing different technologies, seeing if they will work, and then, choosing the ones that, we're making sure we're not building things on fly-by-night technology, essentially. We're looking to make sure we're going to have the most sound tech in place, because these are the most important conversations businesses are going to have. So, we do kind of keep up with the technology and try to ensure that we're building top-notch.
I love it. Okay, 23 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Last question. What is SmartAction's true one unique thing?
Okay. I'll try not to go on a tangent so that Julia has time, but this has been my premise, since I came here. So we built a platform that is a voice-first conversational design platform. So it's built to understand and handle human conversations. This isn't just a communication. We weren't a chatbot company who started expanding into voice. Like, we began this company in 2002 specifically studying human brain function and how it could be brought to life through AI. So this is a deep-seated, thing for us. We've developed a proprietary intent building process that enables our conversational designers to build conversations that aren't just one note question and answers. It's designed to pick up and understand multiple intents within the conversations so that callers can get their resolutions. They can get escalated to a live agent as quickly as possible. So a great example of this is you call in, you have a leak in your bathroom upstairs. You call in, you say, it says, "Hi, what can I help you with today?" And you say, I have a leak in my upstairs bathroom. Right away, we've already identified you have a leak, it's in your bathroom, and it's upstairs. And so now, instead of having to ask, well, where is it in your house and what room is it in? Like, we've already escalated people to the next step. So we want people to feel like they can have genuine, real conversations with these automated virtual agents. And I think, that is what truly makes us different.
I love that. And clock is stopping. 21 minutes and 51 seconds. Ooh, the crowd goes wild. You did an amazing job. I'm super excited about seeing Julia's demo. I absolutely loved all the pieces that you went into. But so that we can get to the demo, I'm going to send you to the green room. I am going to bring Julia up, and we are going to dive deep into the product. That's good?
Let's do it.
All right. See you in a little bit. All right, Julia, it's all on you. Okay.
So, all right.
All right. Ashley left you 21 minutes and 51 seconds. So I'm going to put that time on the clock, and you know the rules. You're going to show me around the interface, show me all the things, the unique things, show me reporting. I want to see it all, but most certainly show me what makes you all unique. That's what I want to see. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right. All right, Julia, you have 21 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock. I'm super excited to hop into this demo. Do you think you can beat the clock?
I think I can beat that clock.
All right, let's go and get it done. All right, so when we go to this next scene, you are going to demo all the different things. All right, and the clock will start as soon as we get to the next scene. You got it?
Got it.
All right, let's go. And go.
All right, so this is our UI for the new platform that Ashley was mentioning. So you'll see here that what we set up here is a home appliance service company that she mentioned. So for example, if you have something going wrong in your home and you want to call for home repair, this is an automated way to really get through a lot of the nitty-gritty questions of what is the damage, what's going on. And so you'll kind of see on the screen that it sounds like a fairly simple conversation, but it's actually very intricate because you'll see we start here, then we basically just have a giant flow chart of here's all the different decisions that you're making and all the different pieces that are required in order to really get the right information and route you down to the right place. Now, in our UI, you'll actually see there's a lot of blocks, for a very simple question about how's your plumbing going, how's your HVAC going, you'll see that it's actually very intricate. And the beauty of how we built this platform and this flow is this is actually the top level view. When you look at this, not every single one is one action. If I actually click on, if I click on something like this, you'll see that it actually gets much more intricate. And so we actually built this in such a way where the idea is, if you think about how many little decisions are made for even a simple task such as, I have a plumbing issue, where do you route me? There could be hundreds, thousands of steps in some of these. And so we organize in such a way where here you're looking at the top level nodes. So you can quickly eyeball to go, if I want to make a change to my plumbing area, I can click on this, go through and see that, hey, if I have a tweak I want to make to water damage, questions, anything like that, I can double click, it opens it up, and I can see all the little individual steps incorporated.
Yeah.
And the idea is, it's like project management. The more you can do that's piecemeal and the more we can help you organize it, it just helps you understand how to maintain this better, because we really came into this as we want to be heavy on the maintenance, because building something the first time as the architect, super easy. I know where everything goes. But if I hand this off to Ashley and say, hey, I need to make a tweak about the wording around the water damage, can you make that change for me? That's where it gets really complex. And so Having shown this is, all these decisions, I'll kind of quickly go through a quick phone call because I want to show y'all how, one, fast this exchange is, two, how clear this exchange is, and then we'll talk through the logic, what really makes this magical about being able to say, look at this huge flow to answer, say, anywhere between 5 to 15 questions based on what the issue is, but how quickly this conversation goes because we can help you fast track all of it.
This is pretty cool, and it looks fairly intuitive as well.
Yeah, we were really going with a heavy UI hand here because, as a designer, I'm a person. I need to be able how to quickly use it and figure it out because it's great to build something, but if no one knows how to maintain it, that's where the time ticks away.
Yep, you're stuck in professional services.
Exactly. So let me make a quick call.
Thank you for calling SmartAction Home Repair.
Let me put this on speaker.
Thank you for calling SmartAction Home Repair. In order to keep our promises with you, all calls will be recorded. In a few words, tell me about your issue.
My faucet is leaking.
Where is this happening?
In the upstairs bathroom.
Is there any sign of water damage to your home?
No, there's not.
Do you have another operating bathroom sink in your home?
Yes, I do.
Does this issue immediately endanger health or safety?
No, it doesn't.
Is your home uninhabitable as a result of this issue?
No, we're fine.
Okay. I will now transfer you to an agent who will help get you scheduled.
So that's the full call, as Ashley alluded to earlier. And I'll kind of walk through that, even though that was a very simple, probably 40-second call or something like that. I'll walk you through how many different decisions were made in order to get to that standpoint. And immediately you heard at the end, it's saying that, oh, well, now I can transfer you to a live agent to help you get everything scheduled, which again is that automation that we talked about to be able to say, get all the nitty gritty stuff out of the way. Because it is automated, you never miss a single question because, you get on the phone with an agent, they can go off script. This kind of makes sure that we always get what's needed.
Now, I wonder, and this is out of pure curiosity, does that now show up to the agent when, like, the answers that they answered to those questions?
It absolutely can.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so on that note as well, whenever we capture information, we save them as what we call context items or just the data. And so both that becomes available via API almost immediately as soon as we send the information back. But the other piece of this is, I'm jumping a little bit ahead to talk about the channels. But if I open here, you'll see that we have inbound phone, outbound phone, web chat, and SMS. And the idea is whenever something gets saved as a piece of data, we want to make it truly omnichannel where, for example, here I'm on the phone, but let's say there's some part of it that it just makes more sense where I would say, great, let me confirm that via SMS, or let me send you a text message because trying to capture email over voice sounds disastrous. So it's things like that where all the data is being saved in the same place. We are really aiming to become a truly omni-channel company where you're able to say, I can start something on voice, switch to SMS, switch to chat, whatever makes sense for that piece of the conversation so that we can optimize that experience. Because
so is that available today where if I'm collecting like in with the chatbot authentication of like, hey, can you verify your email address? And I'll send you a link to verify your email address. A customer can put in their email address and that is populated to the agent for authentication purposes?
Yes. And so, we can do different varieties of it. And so we can discuss what makes most sense. But a lot of times that's exactly it, where we say, hey, we'll send you a text message. You're able to reply to it. It goes back in the conversation. We even have, another one where we send you a link to help you get your GPS location. Really anything to make it a seamless caller experience because nobody wants a frustrated caller that ends up talking to a frustrated live agent. No one's happy. It's expensive. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
We really want to yeah, again, as Ashley alluded to, we're really focusing on the caller experience, the human experience. How do we do something where instead of trying to fit you into the square peg, we're saying, try to do this over voice. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. And while we're voice first, we want to make sure that we handle the full gambit of it so that you as the caller are a happier customer.
I love that.
Yeah. So jumping back to this one. So you'll see here where the UI, again, this is all just set here. The big thing that we love is our ability to do intent capture. So when you heard, when I was talking on the phone, I said nothing about plumbing. I said my faucet has a leak somewhere in the house, right? So how we set it up is we have a proprietary technology that actually works with another engine, which is natural language understanding. What it does is we train it to understand in this demo itself 2 different types of intents. There's plumbing, and you'll see we have HVAC. So in my demo, you never heard me say, hey, this is a plumbing issue, you need to take me to the plumbers and things like that. All I said is there's a faucet, and we trained this to understand that there's 3 things we're looking for. If I tell you that it's a plumbing issue, I'm looking for there's a location that's the issue, there's an object that's the issue, and there's the problem.
Yeah.
So when we train it, if I say here's a faucet, it's leaking, we've trained the data model to be smart enough to understand, aha, that's a plumbing issue. Let's ask this person about, do they have water damage? Is it leaking? And you'll even hear they say, did you have a second sink? In this whole thing, you actually see that we branch it out to say, if it's a sink, ask if they have a second sink. If it's a toilet, if it's something else, it's smart enough that we can allow to route it that, because that's how you have a human conversation. And we want to be able to replicate that.
I love that. This is heating up. This is getting good, because this is really a differentiator between when we talk about implementing AI in organizations that's just trained on the internet versus trained on intent, right? Like, you've trained it on the differences between plumbing and the differences between HVAC, because in this company, that's what they serve, right? And hey, if you hear these words, faucet, or you hear this is plumbing. If you hear hot, cold, central air, this is my HVAC unit. Okay, all right, SmartAction. All right, go ahead, Julia. I'm getting excited. All right.
Absolutely. And that's kind of really the root of it, where we train it to understand these specific things. And because of that, I'm skipping out on these questions to say, oh, well, is this an emergency? Am I going to ask you about water when it has nothing to do with that? For HVAC, even, if I show you the difference between the data models. For plumbing, we said, here's 3 things I'm listening to. For HVAC, there's only 2, because my air conditioner is broken. It doesn't matter where it's broken. It ain't working, right? And so it's things like that where, especially to the caller, it feels like a smarter experience, because I'm not just kind of filling in the space because of that.
Right.
And and alluding back to Ashley's question about we charge by the minute. Faster calls, happier callers, less expensive for our clients, and so it all wraps up into here's a just better overall feel. And so, and again, a lot of it relates to the severity questions. How severe is this? And you can see that with all the decisions, we made it in such a way where everything, even when we say, hey, here's the conditions we're listening for, we can make it specific to say, hey, I heard 3 parts of this question answered. So whether it's, hey, tell me about your damage. Oh, it's a faucet leaking. Oh, you're missing where's the location? We can add that in and just prompt that one question instead of forcing you to go through the same 3. Same thing for address capture. Instead of saying, hey, tell me your city. Great, tell me your zip code. We could just say, pretend this is Google. Tell me what is your full address. And if you're missing the zip code and you're missing something that helps me identify your location, we'll just ask you to patch that right there. Because again, just a more natural way of saying things, right? We're in 2024. We should be able to do this a little bit faster. And so really, again, it's all about the routing. It's all about how fast it is. You'll hear that you instantaneous have the data model. It's snappy. It's quick. In fact, the thing that we hit is that it's so snappy that sometimes we're saying, let's delay it a little bit so that the caller has time to respond, because frankly, it processes so quickly, which is, I think, a good problem to have. And so a few other things. So we have Context Manager, which basically shows you here's all the information that I'm capturing. This is a bit more onto the reporting side. We have something that says, this is sensitive. So we are actually PCI compliant, which means that if you, for example, are doing anything like credit card capture, anything like that, we've done to the nines and made sure that, anytime somebody has sensitive information, it's bleeped out, it's not in logs, it's completely redacted. So therefore, you never have to worry about sensitive data being seen anywhere in our reporting or passed downstream anywhere. We have another area called Resource Manager, and this kind of alludes to the new technology piece. So we built this platform as in you can hook up anything you want. If we decide that, for example, there's this new cool LLM thing or some other awesome acronym that comes down technology next year, there's nothing that prevents it from having a quick integration. You'll see here that we're already working and using some Microsoft tools. And the whole idea is once we build the integration, we could just go ahead and select it so that way, immediately we have the ability to say, for the specific virtual agent, we can use this technology. Because we wanted to make it interchangeable. And so, one day, if there's a better way to do something, we don't want to be caught off guard to say, how are we going to integrate that? So we're really built to say, when there's new technology and there's a valid use case that, again, supports our customers, supports our clients, we're going to build it, you can add it, and it can be specific to agents. Because, for example, in this one, if one day there's a really cool way to figure out your location with GPS or something like that, you can add it specifically to this agent. But you don't have to do it universally to everything. So that way you can really strictly control what the use case is and allow it to process quickly and just be very, very thoughtful about how you design these agents.
So there is 7 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, Julia. I have a question. Am I able in reporting to see where customers may drop off in the process or where they may be getting hung up in the process of the flow?
Absolutely. So we actually have two different sets of reporting. So in our internal platform, right now, it's actually more focused on a lot more of individual call data. So you'll see here, for example, this is where the timestamp, the ID, who's calling, and what the outcome is. And we have something called tags as well, where, for example, if you want to say, hey, this was caused by an API issue, or we call the API and the zip code that they gave us didn't match for authentication, this is where all that information would come up. And we have a lot of very detailed information where here's the full transcript that you can match up to the full recording to hear what's going on. You can see that it'll say the agent says, thank you for calling SmartAction. The caller says, my faucet is leaking. And so it kind of helps you understand what the transcript is. And so both between this and the data and just how the execution data works, we actually send this downstream to our main system as well. So then that way we have more aggregate data. And 2024 really is the year that we're talking about. We want to make our reporting even more robust. So a lot of it to be able to say, in aggregate, where are people falling off? How do we tweak it? Because really that's a bread and butter of what a lot of SmartAction does. What our internal team does is when they look at what the call results are, what the call outcomes are, and they go, there's a huge aggregation here of, 30% of people are struggling with this question. How do we tweak the question to make it better? Or maybe, do some A/B testing to see if I rephrase this, does that help? Which actually brings back to another piece I just want to show you real quick. I want to show you how quick it is to make a change. Because when we do kind of notice that, maybe we could reword this a little bit better to publish something. So for example, here you can see, thank you for calling SmartAction Home Repair.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Demos on Demand Repair.
Come on, Demos on Demand.
There you go. Look at you, right? I could go ahead, validate it, and this just makes sure that everything is working as expected. Publish it.
And this is happening in a matter of seconds. So just imagine a user, right, coming in here needing to make a tweak because of holiday or whatever, whatever was unexpected. I can come in here and just make that change on the fly.
Yep, it's already done. So now next time I call it, let's actually test that.
Thank you for calling Demos on Demand Repair. In order to keep our
There you go. So that's how quick it is. It's so snappy, it's so quick. And so, or when we do troubleshooting, that's how quick it is because we see, hey, here's an issue. There's an immediate hang up where there's something going on. We can make tweaks in a matter of seconds. Of course, there's a whole process and control. We want to make sure that, not everyone's willing to so we have all those built in, but since this is, for demo and things like that, it's so quick, it's so easy. And this really is the dashboard that helps us really be able to look at all the different information and even listen to the call recordings. So when the client says, hey, there's a few longer calls or shorter calls, just want to see what's going on, we can export all this. And this is something we do for our clients on a regular basis today. And really the next step we want to add on is more, maybe more of a heat map, be able to do word clouds so you can understand this is what people are saying. Because really that's how we keep training our data models. Because if somebody says, there's a new way to say plumbing, who knows, right? We can keep a colloquial by going into the data model and training it to say, okay, now in addition to faucets, we also do lamps, all right? Now I'm training the data model. So it's really agile and it's really catered to deal with the individual cases. And so as long as we take the time to train it and understand that's what our clients want, we can train it in a matter of seconds, deploy it, bam.
It's in the system. I love that. And you are at 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
All right. So let's see. The content capture. So yeah, I think we went through the channels. We went through, this is what we have in the publisher so far. Really our big thing is the intent capture. Our big view is we want to make it easier for our callers, for our clients, and for us, that's really, I guess, the secret sauce where we can keep it such a smooth conversation, make it easier, make it colloquial, because you'll hear that, you can do keyword matches, say yes, no, things like that. But I can say a full term to say, yeah, no, I think we're okay. And I could train to understand things like that. We have all the shared data models so that way it's scalable. So anytime, you're not always training the same things. And it's just so quick, despite how many different pieces of this, I think we built this probably within an hour, right? And a lot of it is just being able to test it and tweak it onto making sure this is exactly the recipe that you wanted.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much, Julie. You finished your demo at 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Ooh, the crowd goes wild. I'm going to bring Ashley back. So you all finished at 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Oh my gosh, that was such an amazing demo. I think the things that I loved the most was really thinking through like how easy it is to update the flows, right? I also loved that it is trained on scenario based, right? Or your business information, right? So it's not just, we're leveraging, the internet or ChatGPT or just AI for AI's sake, right? We are really understanding how to train the AI on our information, which means that now I'm likely going to see that people actually go through the process, which is why I was asking about the reporting on, can we actually see from a reporting standpoint how quickly people make it through this process, or is there places where people get hung up, because then now we know we can tweak these particular things, which I'm almost, if I was a betting woman, I would wager to say that people are likely going to make it through here much more effectively and efficiently than they would and just say yes, no, because again, you get stuck in the IVR thing and it's just like, oh my God, please just zero, give me an 8, give me somebody, please give me somebody, versus here understanding, it's a faucet. Do you have another sink? And this is not a HVAC issue. This is a plumbing issue. Chef's kiss. I love it. Thank y'all so much for being on Demos on Demand. And then you was able to update the script this quick like this? Okay.
And now you got your own IVR system.
Yeah, I got my own IVR system. We moving up in the world. Thank y'all so much, Ashley and Julia, for being on Demos on Demand today. Where can the people find you if they want to have a fuller demo, or if they want to look at more information as it relates to SmartAction?
So they can definitely visit our website, smartaction.ai. We have a lot of information on there, broken out by industries, broken out by use cases. We have a lot of thought leadership pieces on there as well to kind of help people get some education information about, different ways they can just utilize, virtual agents, AI, different things, and, helping to build a better conversation with their customers too.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved everything that I was able to see with the SmartAction platform. Listen, if you know that you have an AI need, you want to see a fuller demo, you want to see a more in-depth demo on how this works with your customer experience, your employee experience, and your business profitability goals, then make sure you click the link. I'm sure it is somewhere around here to learn more and get your full demo. Until next time, go be great and let's make impact. See y'all soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in to the next episode right here on Demos on Demand.